All right, guys, we're live.
Well, we're not live.
No, we're kind of live. Episode 4, Heckin Cool Dads. We are joined by our very first guest. They're looking a little suspect right now. Guests, introduce yourselves. Guests.
David.
Hey, it's me, Dave.
Dave what?
Tevenal.
Guest 2, Ben Murnane.
With the radio announcer voice.
That's just how I talk.
No, it's not.
You're right.
So we're here at Hell City. I did not attend this year. Colin, you didn't attend either?
Did not.
I picked Colin up on the way here. So how was the weekend?
It's pretty good. Would have been cooler with you two losers.
It was fantastic. You guys probably missed one of the
Too
best
busy mowing my
weekends.
lawn.
You said we missed the best
yeah,
weekend?
probably you'll ever see.
Adjust that mic a little down for you. Point it at your face a little bit. Point it at your beard. There you go.
Oh, it's everywhere.
That might be yeah, that's fine. That's fine right there.
That's my beard.
Yeah,
Is
so
that higher?
every week we do a little recap, kind of catch up on what we've been to. I said every week, but this is actually our first time doing a episode 1 week after the last episode. So we've been doing 2 week
5
episodes.
days after the last
Yeah,
episode.
that's right, because we did it on Tuesday. So let's do a recap. We'll catch up, but we're going to start with you guys. So how was the weekend here at Hell City? Ben,
It was a great weekend.
did you do a lot of tattoos?
I did. I tattooed every day, several tattoos.
Any that's the weird thing about going out of town doing a tattoo convention, because you're basically like, I just want to fucking work on the weekend. I think I'll go do it in another city. That works out. I can't do that with my job. What are you doing? You getting in the Pacific Coast already?
We should
Okay.
probably not have that wire going across that box. It's gonna make a lot of noise.
Oh, look at
don't-
you. Knocking
Bumping
things
it.
down.
See, that's the thing is we don't have the headphones, so we're not gonna hear every time
Yeah,
we hit this fucking thing.
That's okay.
Last
Colin,
week I was punching that thing over and over.
Exactly. You hit it more than most of us.
Should I put this down here?
No,
that's
you're fine.
No,
Just
that's
leave it
fine.
right there.
Okay.
I'm about to rate
What
it
about
in
you,
here in a
Dave?
sec.
Did you have a good weekend?
It was pretty cool. I did a tattoo each day, bigger ones.
Anything
I took
anything
Sunday
memorable from the weekend that's happened that you can share with us?
Oh man, yeah, I hung out with a bunch of my buds. It's pretty cool.
Give us a story. Don't be shy.
I saw the most explosive superhero movie that's ever been made.
Oh yeah,
Was that Endgame?
Endgame.
Yeah, it was Endgame.
I got to be honest. I don't think it's like Dave is already looking at me, about to get irate, but I've only seen maybe one Marvel movie.
That's okay. It's not for everybody.
You know, I'm behind on this stuff, so we have like our list that we're working through right now. But I still definitely want to hear your thoughts because I know you got a lot to say.
If they
Yeah.
stopped making Marvel movies right now with this movie, I'd be okay with it. But they're not, and I'm also very okay with that.
So you liked it.
I loved it so much.
You've been a big Marvel head, I would say that from what I know, comic books are the sole reason you got into art,
Yep.
which led to tattooing
And graffiti.
and graffiti. I'm sure we got some good stories that we'll pull out for graffiti, but we have to find the ones that we can actually tell, right?
Yeah, man. Nah, man. You know, legal graffiti.
Absolutely.
Street
100%
permission.
legal graffiti.
100%.
So jumping over to you, Ben. So you're out here from where?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're a shop owner, right?
I am. I own a shop called Goodland Tattoo in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Nice. So how's that going? How's it?
Oh my
how is
god,
it?
I just connected that shit. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
That
an
happens
idiot,
a lot.
especially because Wayne's World is like literally one of my favorite movies of all time, like in top 3, and I feel like
It's a
an
real
idiot
thing.
that I
No,
just
it's-
connected that.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of people that live there that are like, why is the shop called this? And I'm like,
That's
Milwaukee.
amazing. That's amazing.
The Goodland. And some of them are like, okay. And some of them are like, oh. And then some of them I say, have you seen Wayne's World before? And they say yes. And I say, it's like that. Some of them still don't know what I'm talking about.
So what?
So I shoved them out of the shop.
What's the big difference from being a shop owner versus being a shop employee?
Oh, the bullshit.
Such
Yeah.
as?
Anything that possibly happens just falls on your shoulders. Like maybe there's a bunch of flies that are in the shop for some reason one summer day. Just flies, just an influx of flies in a spare part of your shop. And then at the end of the night, everyone's like, we're going home. And you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking deal with all of these flies tonight.
Is that a real story?
Yeah. And you just execute generations of them.
Is that a real
Because the
story? Or is
flies had just emerged in part of the building that we were in.
You're not
And
answering the
someone-
question.
Yeah, it's a real. Yeah,
that a real
Generations.
story?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was a few summers ago. There's just flies in part of the building, and then flies in like our break room of the shop. And we're like, what the fuck are all these flies? You know, and they're on the. When I get fly tape and I get fly spray, and I think they'll just go away that day, but they don't. So yeah, everyone leaves, and you stay there, and you kill flies with this spray. And
This shop is in the same. It's in your hometown, though, right? It's
well,
where you
yeah.
live.
Yeah, it's where I live.
Okay. Do you have that problem at home?
What, the fly problem?
Yeah. It seems like
no, it hasn't happened.
He's
It
asking
seems like-
if you smell bad.
No
Yeah,
specific fly problem. No, you know
if it's
what?
that bad at the shop, it feels like it might be a problem that follows you.
They didn't grow from my body or a lifeless corpse.
Okay.
I don't know what they grew from.
Food.
No, man. They
It
were just
could-
fucking. You know,
it
it
could
might have
very well
been.
be
It didn't
food.
come from my motherfucking shop. There was an upstairs move out that I think led to this debacle.
They had nowhere to go.
Man, I don't know what happened. They were in a stairwell. They were in the landlord's, but for like a day. But you know, that
And
had to
then
be
your
dealt
shop.
with. I could have used a different example, certainly. But the flies, I just went with the flies.
So when I hear Wisconsin or Milwaukee, I don't immediately think flies. But when I hear New York,
yeah,
I immediately think, I don't know why. I think dirty shit. I think it's like it's the most expensive dirty place I've ever been. So you live in Brooklyn currently, right?
Yep, South Brooklyn.
Okay. So what's been the major difference between living in Columbus, where we're at now, and living in Brooklyn?
There are a lot of basic human essentials, necessities that I feel get treated like billable perks in New York City. Like I got loud ass neighbors.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I feel like my neighbor's wife, her uterus is a clown car.
Her uterus
Her
is
uterus
a clown
is a clown car, and that every 9 months a new person comes out that stomps really hard on top of the fucking floor.
You would think it. Okay, so I've been to your.
They
apartment.
don't stop making babies. And they
I've
just
been to
loud
your
all the fucking
apartment.
time.
Do all of them have a couple bedrooms, or is
I think they're all the same floor plan from the second floor up. It's a 3-story building.
okay?
I think ours ours is pretty unique just to us because we have a backyard, and then the front apartment's floor plan is pretty unique to them because they have to deal with that atrium space and stuff.
You would think at some point they would reach their cap on where they could stack their babies. That's not happening. You still got the weird
Nah,
neighbor.
you know
with
what, man?
the,
I'm over exaggerating, man. Because if Olivia was right here, who's my girlfriend, she would say like, "No, they only have 2 kids, but they're loud as shit, man."
They sound like 7 kids.
Wow, you jumped from like a clown car to
Yeah.
they only have 2 kids.
Yeah, you really
I
scaled
don't
it
care,
back.
man. She's probably pregnant again. She's got a lot of babies, man. I mean,
You
she had
scaled it
She had
back.
them in rapid succession. Yo, if I have seen you for 3 years and you've managed to produce 2 humans, you're fucking.
she had 2 kids,
without
2.5
pulling
months
out.
apart. It was insane.
Yeah,
One is 2, one is 2 and 2.5 months.
yeah, they're like days apart, dude.
It's un-
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I hate these people.
So
They mean,
this
they
is
mean well, I'm sure, but yo, they are so loud all the damn time. They're up late. They're stomping. Like these kids literally don't have bedtimes, and they just rage all night. It sounds like they're killing each other with sledgehammers, and their parents don't care.
but it's only 2.
What?
You might be exaggerating.
I
It's
don't
o-
give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, so
Yo,
this
these
is
kids are
something we don't deal
loud.
with because we live here and we have houses.
Well, yeah, even in my apartment now, man, I don't have to hear any of, like, I mean,
Dave hit me with slop stomping as
slop
a term.
stomping.
slop.
It's when
stomping.
people walk like they're just slop stomping. I don't even know how to describe it.
That's
I
a
don't
pretty
think
good
you need to
description of a
describe
sound.
it. That's
No,
it.
It's always heel first, foot rest.
You're
Rip.
saying that they're putting every ounce of energy and weight into each step.
Yeah, but like floppily and
They're big
sloppily.
Floppily and slop. No, it totally
big
makes
sloppy
sense.
ass steps.
No, I
That
totally,
totally
get
makes
it.
sense.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm sure that they mean well and they just want to get through their day.
But their footsteps sound wet as they're running across the floor.
and
You know, like
it's just
wet, like
yo,
they're in
it's so
mud,
bad.
like
they're
loud,
so loud,
mud.
man.
So
And then they
you know what you
scream.
just did?
They scream. What?
What you did was you were cognizant of the fact that you were being recorded, and you backpedaled a little bit
I don't care.
to give them like a nicety.
They're people, man.
They are people.
But they're loud people.
They're very loud people.
And
I'm
I need to
on
go
board
to.
But
I
if
need-
they're listening,
You did
Yeah.
say you
they're
hate
great,
them.
loud,
I
beautiful
hate them,
people.
man.
You hate them, and the vagina is a clown car, but they're
people.
super nice people.
Baby factory. That
So
person.
the last time I was
That has
out
2
there,
kids.
At least it's been twice.
last time I was
She's gonna
out
have
there,
like
there
20
was a
more, dude.
gentleman who
At this rate, if they keep going at this rate, she is going to have a tired.
If they have 1 kid
Baby
a year
making
for the
factory.
next 15 years, which is realistic,
You can do that. You can do
most
that, yeah.
people do that. I recently read a statistic that 40% of the families in the country had 15 or more kids at this point.
You shut up.
just
You
making a bunch of shit
You're
up.
making shit up.
40%.
40%.
Yeah, he's making shit up.
40%
Don't get on
of
this
it.
podcast.
The fact that my
and
neighbors
start
are
making
loud,
shit up.
that it holds no bearing on the cleanliness of New York City.
Hold on. If I usually make up statistics every day of my life to people, why couldn't I do that on here?
That's true.
You can.
100% of the people who had children, you know what? I can't even say that. 90% of the people that have kids or birthed a child collectively, a man and woman making a baby or whatever, didn't pull out.
That's a statistic I can get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I don't even need to Google
I'm
that.
excluding like test tubes and turkey basters and shit.
So on the last episode, Colin was
Yeah,
talking
man.
about some fucking jeans.
Maybe so.
Some fucking jeans.
He was talking about some jeans, and he went into this thing, and he's like, "Yeah, it was like Japanese brushed cotton," and I was like,
Whoa.
"What, cotton pants?"
Whoa, that
And
sounds
it
exotic.
fucking blew my mind. And I'll show you guys how stupid I am. I'm like a stupid smart guy, right? I was like, "Cotton what, pants?" He's like, "Yeah, denim."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fucking know that denim.
Like he was so uncertain
I didn't know denim was
about
cotton.
denim being made out of cotton that it made me question
Do you
it.
want to feel better about yourself, man?
Yeah.
I was at Olive Garden with Olivia in Times Square for the stupidest reason. We don't ever go to Times Square. If you live in New York, you don't do that. You leave
Well, I
that
don't know,
place.
David. You went there with me last time.
Especially
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to a
yeah.
suburban
Like,
white
I'm
people
always-
restaurant.
But I had to go to
Right.
Midtown Comics, and it was right there. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do something mad corny and go eat Olive Garden in Times Square. We're sitting down eating, and I made a stupid statement. I was like, olives are just pickled grapes, right? I meant it.
Yeah.
I'm admitting that for the first time now. I
Did,
swore to Olivia. I was trolling her. Like, come on, I know what they're growing a vine or whatever, tree, whatever. I still don't even know. I didn't even bother to fact check where I fucking came up with this explanation. But
Oh man.
yo, yeah, I'm a dumbass.
I didn't think
Olivia
I would cut
died
you out of
laughing.
my life.
Huh?
I didn't think I would cut you out of my life, but now
She's
I
not gonna
heard
cut me
that.
out.
Ben.
No,
She's not
me.
gonna-
I'm not talking about her.
No,
I'm talking about me.
But no,
I couldn't be more
I'm trying to
disappointed.
I'm trying to make Jeff feel better about not knowing
No,
that denim
Ben,
I
is
think
cotton.
Jeff
no,
should
no.
feel way better
No,
about
you
the
have,
cotton thing.
You have
Yeah,
to have a
because what I
story.
said was
Grape-
like top tier.
the grape
dumb.
olive thing.
You have to have a story. Give us a story. You had to have made a dumbass comment sometime.
Oh, my life is filled with dumbass.
Well,
comments.
But did you
Let's-
think
for sure.
an olive was a pickled goddamn
That's
grape?
insane. What did
That
you
is
think?
so
of,
stupid.
You
I'm
thought
dumb.
an olive, a raisin, and do you know about raisins?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know about raisins?
I know my reasons.
Okay, so you thought a grape, an olive, and a raisin were
Dude,
the
I don't know
same
where I
version
came
of
to
the
this
same-
conclusion. I think I just made up some shit that sounded right in my head. I've had other people.
I feel like the logic adds up.
It does.
Yeah, man.
I got to be
Because
honest. I
olives
never
are
questioned
disgusting.
it. I never questioned it until you said it, and then I was kind of like,
It's like
I-
olives aren't grapes.
You know what
Yeah.
else I hate as much as my fucking upstairs neighbors?
What do you think happened in the middle of the
Olives,
grape?
dude. Huh?
What do you think happened in the middle of the grape?
What do you mean?
Like,
It was
do you
replaced
think-
by a pimento.
Man, have you ever
Like-
eaten a
like an
hollow?
Is that what
olive.
they call the middle of a grape? I am not.
Have
grape
you ever
Yeah,
just
like it-
savvy.
have you ever just eaten a normal
I hate olives.
olive?
I hate them.
Fucking hate olives.
I love them. I fuck with them. They're just basically
I'm a Colin, dude.
They're just
Olives
salty
fucking suck.
rings
They
of
suck.
death.
They're
Gross.
pickled grapes.
They're okay.
Gross.
They're pickled.
I don't
grapes.
All right,
really like
no.
black
So
olives
stop.
on
Before we
stuff.
get too far off the rails, Ben,
Makes stuff taste like
Ben,
pisses on it. I'd
give us a
imagine.
story when you made a stupid ass comment, or give us one example of something you done that was just
Something
done as
hella
fuck.
misinformed.
Yeah.
I would like to tell you about someone else's misinformed thing.
All right,
that
let's
they
go with
said.
it. Can we mention the person's
but
name?
okay.
I don't remember it because I was in high school and there was a group of people out for homecoming. And someone was allergic to white flour. And a girl who was there was like, "That sucks. You can't even eat potatoes." And I was like, "Potatoes are made of potato. What the fuck are you talking about?" But I was like 16, so I was like less nice about it.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
You were less nice
I'm at,
than what
I'm
the
at,
fuck are you talking
I'm at
about?
Denny's or wherever, high school, whatever. TJ Fry, something like that. I couldn't say exactly. I've never actually said anything embarrassing or regretful or misinformed that I can ever even think of, actually, now that I think about it. That's not true. Obviously, it's not
Yeah,
true. I have
you're-
a lifetime of saying stupid
There's
things.
something you're missing, but we'll get back to
I
that.
wish there was I will think of a long time. Sometimes my greatest goal in life is to put out fake information and have it get back to me as someone else telling me this fake information. So sometimes I don't remember if things are real or not. I've drinking a lot of Snapple. I've read a lot of Snapple.
Oh, the
And
Snapple
sometimes
facts.
it's like I'm pretty sure that polar bears don't show up on infrared cameras because their fur is hollow. But I say it as if absolutely it is factual. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you say it like
Their
that?
fur is hollow?
Yeah,
Wow.
it is.
Do you guys have
there's
a zoo?
something, There's something.
Do you have a
close-
zoo in
We do have a zoo.
Wisconsin?
Man, I just went to the zoo. Do
Do they have polar bears?
Man, I
We
just
got
saw
polar
the,
bears
I
here.
just saw
Yeah.
the saddest
Good ones.
polar bear. I saw the saddest polar bear that's not on a commercial. That's not floating off on. I saw him at the zoo like a month ago.
That like the ones where the polar ice caps are melting.
Yeah,
and you got
yeah.
a polar
It was
bear
like
just floating
that.
into the
It was
fucking
like that.
distance.
Skinny
it was like if
yellow bear.
the cub had already died.
I feel terrible saying
because
that.
if the
Yeah.
cat. Man, it was the sad Milwaukee.
If you have a
polar
way to
bear.
support polar bears, do it. Because, man,
What?
too many skinny yellow polar bears.
I'm
They
not.
can eat my neighbors.
There you go.
Could eat your
Because you
neighbors,
hate them.
Yeah,
But
I
they're
gotta-
just people.
I'm not really. I don't really donate money to much. Like I take money and I just donate it to myself.
Can I talk about my neighbors real quick, man?
You're gonna go back to your
Nah,
neighbors?
dude. Yo, you can't do shit about loud neighbors in New York. You call 311 and they don't do shit. You
What
call
is
the cop-
311?
It's like the public safety line.
Oh
But
wait,
like,
I
if you
think
call
we
the-
have that here.
I don't
right?
like fucking with the police. 'cause
We
they
have
don't snitch.
811, which is for, like, call before you dig.
Oh shit.
That's
I
the
don't-
most,
I don't believe
that's
in
the most
snitching
domestic thing.
at
That's the
all.
most domestic number there is.
I don't fuck with snitching.
Okay.
Even if you try to call the cops and say, hey, my neighbors suck. Can y'all do something about this? They don't do shit about it. So you got to call 311 and make a noise complaint. And guess what happens? Nothing.
It's fucking New York. It is
Yeah.
literally one big noise.
Oh, we don't even bother with it.
Like, you fly in and it's just like fucking
Nah,
noise.
But that's like a general hum. It becomes a hum. But like, man, yeah, like that. But
Okay.
these
but-
motherfuckers are loud.
But with more garbage piled up.
They give our dog anxiety.
I gotta be honest. Like every time I go to New York, I'm so fucking floored by how much garbage is just around. It's just like out on the fucking sidewalk all the time, and I'm like, God damn! Like
Yeah.
this place up here costs $3 million, but then there's garbage. I don't know. It's a weird
They
place.
got a really, really advanced sanitation system there. Not
I'm
all
sure
of
they
New
do.
York looks like hot
Shout out to
garbage.
Pond.
Yeah,
Shout out to Pond.
yeah. Big Pond Daddy.
We went to
That's right.
Dead Horse Bay the last time I was there.
We did go
And
to
we
Dead
walked
Horse
around
Bay.
on Trash Island, and it was fucking
What the fuck is
awesome.
Trash Island?
Dead Horse Bay. Trash Island is not what it's called.
Trash Island is a name that I made up, but,
Okay.
but
I'm
an
a name.
endearing name because it was fucking sweet.
So Dead Horse Bay is an old landfill that was
Okay.
created in the 40s when Robert Moses bulldozed a bunch of like neighborhoods in Brooklyn to
Which
make.
was not sweet.
Yeah, it was not sweet. It was really
Okay.
shitty what he did. Bulldozed a bunch of neighborhoods, displaced a ton of families to build the expressway that goes through from Brooklyn to Queens, the BQE. So all of the trash that was from those areas, a lot of these people literally had to leave their homes with like a duffel bag full of stuff that they could muster, and then had to start from new. So they left a lot of shit behind. So this landfill is where they put all that trash. Well, after Hurricane Sandy, a lot of the coastline of where Dead Horse Bay is at, the old landfill that they basically just started building on top of, eroded. So all these bottles and artifacts from like the late 1800s to 1940 or wherever they started doing the construction for the BQE started resurfacing. So you can find like old bottles from like Stuck in Time and like little toys and things, porcelain figures they played
Super
with.
cool.
They've I found a newspaper that was encased in clay, perfectly preserved from 1943.
What?
And
So can anybody go and just dig?
yeah. There's a little trail that goes
You
down
don't
there.
have
You don't
to
even dig.
dig.
It's just the water
you park
brings
in
it up.
like it's like a
park,
state park or
yeah.
whatever. And then you walk across and down this
It's really
thing,
cool. People
bridge,
found,
and
like,
under.
guns. They're like eroded.
And then you
people
walk
found like
along
old
the-
revolvers and stuff.
in-
Man. It's super tight.
It only sounds like a shore that is only broken glass. It is like
kinda-
covered in broken glass.
Kind of beautiful
It's
too.
like
You hear the water moving
but
glass.
only
around.
broken glass, and some of it's just like piles of broken glass, and some of it's like sweet glass bottles. And then you search the hashtag Dead Horse Bay, and you start seeing all the shit that people found, and you're like, oh man, I want to
Yeah.
go back to Dead Horse Bay and find
Coolest
some of this.
thing
Have you ever
found was
been
a
to
boxcar.
Colin? Have you ever been to New York
Yeah.
recently, or was this like with the band?
Recently, the most I've been twice. Once was with a band, and once was just my wife and I and another couple, and that was
Did you-
probably 7 years ago.
Did
8
you
years
guys
ago.
do the touristy thing? Did you go down to like Times Square and all that good stuff?
No,
Ever?
Nope, never been.
Really?
It's-
Okay. When
Dave took me there. It might be the worst place on earth.
you know what?
It
Dave
looks like
took
it
me
would
there
be
too.
the worst place on earth.
At 2 a.m., nobody was there.
Yeah, nobody
It was
was
super
fucking
sick.
there. It
Still
was
there
kinda
like
got
tight.
lit up.
We were there like 10 o'clock on like a weeknight that it shouldn't have been full of people or something. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. It should have been full of people, but it was fucking full of people. There's people everywhere.
I have a story about
Some
Times
of them
Square.
forced CDs on me.
Oh man, that's the best.
See,
No.
I feel
Best.
like I got
Nick.
the most upper class New Yorker thing. My experience of New York. So this other couple and my wife and I, we're like, oh yeah, let's go to New York for 4 days, and we booked a room at the Ace Hotel. You know,
I hope
hipster
the other
hotel.
couple is Jerry Seinfeld and his wife. I hope it's two really.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It doesn't. The other couple doesn't matter.
You said it was upscale.
But you know, we booked rooms at the Ace Hotel, the hipster hotel, and it was going to be cool and all that, because the hotel hadn't opened yet. At this point, it was like 8 years ago. So like Ace Hotel was like.
Is this
still
the
just
one where like every hotel room is different?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at that point, Ace Hotel was pretty much just Pacific Northwest, and they had just were putting this one in, and we were among the first going to be staying there, and they emailed me. I'm not kidding. Like 4 days before.
Like you were the first human beings that were going to.
No. We were among the first. Like it was just about to open when we booked it. It wasn't open yet.
Sure.
And they emailed me like 3 or 4 days before our flight and said, "Hey, we've had some construction delays. We're not going to be open in time. So we can try to get you a room at some other. It was like a Hilton or something like that. My guess is Ace Hotel is owned by a bigger company." But it didn't work out, and we're like, we have a flight. Like, what are we gonna do? I was talking to my boss. I I'm a designer, and so I work with fancy design people. And I was talking to my boss, and she was a creative director, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my husband and I have a apartment in the West Village that we go to on the weekends. Sometimes you guys can just stay there. My roommate's gone." So like instead of having to pay for a hotel, we got refunded for our hotel, and then we got to stay at this fucking amazing flat in the West Village, and just like spent the whole weekend being like fancy.
It's normally not like that when people just go check New York out. To get
No.
I know.
The entire process from landing to taking back off to go home is a shakedown.
I was
didn't get
expecting
shaken
to
down at
run
all?
in. I was expecting to
Only
run into at
fancy.
least one person from
Fancy
Wu Tang.
shakedowns.
No
All
shit.
fancy.
I
All fancy.
That
Other
it says
than
that on the bottom of the ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to run into at least one Wu Tang member.
Man, come on.
No, when I think New York,
That's when you think New York. Tell me, please,
yeah.
Jeff.
When I think New York, I immediately think rap. I think Wu Tang.
Isn't Wu-Tang Staten Island though? Did you go to Staten
Yeah, you
Island?
didn't even
He
go
was
to
I've
very
been-
Staten
close.
Island.
I've
He
been
was very
everywhere.
close.
No,
He was-
I've been everywhere.
You saw
When I
him in
went to see
Arizona.
Dave,
I live in the last neighborhood in Brooklyn before you go to Staten Island.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
but
You saw where they lived.
the first time I ever went to New York, though, I went to Cold Stone Creamery. It was in fucking
Stone
Times
Cold.
Square.
Stone Cold. Stone
No,
Cold.
no,
Creamery.
Cold Stone Creamery.
Stone
And
Cold.
Cold
try the
Creamery.
316.
It's got
It's my
you should try the
favorite flavor.
Miller Lite
God
flavor.
damn it.
It's
You
Miller
You guys
Lite.
are impossible.
It's Miller Lite. It's broken glass. It's all mixed together. In
Hey,
a
by the way,
vanilla.
shout out to Griffin
vanilla.
here, who I
Hey,
met
Griffin.
tonight, who's
Yeah.
been just hanging out with us.
We
and
have
he's
an
just
audience
sitting here
member.
Yeah, we have
watching,
one audience
and he's
member.
like flipping
Yeah.
us off.
Wow,
and
he
shit.
just pulled his blue jeans completely off. Griffin,
Put that away.
come on.
Put your dick away.
Nah, Stone Cold Creamery is also.
No, so
one of my
I went
favorites.
to Cold Stone Creamery,
Did
and
you
like
what?
I go
Did
there.
you put the vest on right away?
Nope.
What?
Did they give-
I go, and I get all this fucking cool ice cream, and then I come back to Ohio, and I'm like raving about it. I'm like, you guys, you don't fucking understand. Like they
Oh,
fucking took my
hell
shit
yeah.
and they mashed it together, and like they put, hey guys, they put Reese cups in it and everything else. Fucking 2 weeks later, they opened one here. It was the dumbest shit. Like I went and was like,
Can we
oh,
open a Stone Cold Creamery?
you're gonna keep going with that Stone Cold.
course.
joke,
It's-
right?
Dude,
Somebody's
come on. A
somebody
wrestling
please.
theme- a wrestling
You
theme-
have to
Hey.
open it on March 16th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight up.
somebody please acknowledge this joke so he can move on
No,
from
I
the
can't.
Stone.
Hey, for one, we should table Stone Cold Creamery, and we shouldn't talk about it on here. We should talk about it off of here. And yeah, we're gonna be opening up.
Well,
Stone
what's
Cold
gonna
Creamery
happen,
pretty soon.
Ben?
And if
Number
you
two,
fucking take their
Ben,
idea,
I hope you
we'll
explain
show
it.
up at
I
your
hope
door.
you explain to everybody that this
You all
podcast
just signed
actually
an
came
NDA.
out 14 years after you made it.
This is
because
from the
you
future.
explained Stone Cold Creamery.
We got shitty neighbors
So-
in the future too.
Cold Stone Creamery to everybody as if they didn't know what that was.
So two things. I'm going to explain two things to you because you guys are from the art world, and the I'm going to explain
I
two
would
things
call
to
it
you.
loosely art world.
Yes, I'm going to explain something to you. One, when other people are talking, you can't understand. If everybody's talking, that's all going to be overlaid on each other on the podcast. Yeah.
Good luck, Dad. Hey, Dad.
You guys are
Dad,
making my
good luck.
editing job very hard right now.
You're just gonna have to, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
2, this one's for you, Ben. Talking to the goddamn mic.
How close do you want me to be to it, dude?
No, you got to
Fact
be
of the
right
matter
there.
is,
But
I
when
just
you
turned
matters,
once.
none of us are wearing headphones, so we have no idea.
We have no
if any
idea.
of us are even
It's
showing up on
2019, man. You can't like audio enhance Ben's voice.
do you want me to put a fucking? I'll put T-Pain's T-Pain's fucking auto tune on Ben the whole time. It'll just be like.
this. Can you pitch me down? So I'm just like,
Yeah.
Why don't
it'll
you
be just like my
Why don't
camper.
you just put on a set of motherfucking headphones? And
We
do your
had
podcast
headphones
then, the
and
way you want it to
everybody
be.
look. We have 4 sets of headphones. I bought 4 sets, thinking like
We don't know any better because we're from the art world.
Yeah,
That's
you know
right.
what? Dave's right.
I'm explaining you fucking.
shit.
I'm explaining you art world fuckers.
Let's put on
shit.
headphones. Is it too late? Is it too
It's,
late?
it's
speech?
too late for.
We're gonna get a
audio.
keynote
Yeah, it's-
speech.
What?
Is that they call
you
it
asked me if we could
That
talk
is
about
what
murder,
Apple
and I
calls
want to
it.
hear
keynote
about murder.
speech.
Yeah, you.
We're still trying to figure out our levels here.
No, we're not. The levels are fine.
Well, I'm just saying.
Then why
You
are you
just need
shaking
to-
us the fuck down about that when you see
because
on your
he
iPad?
needs because he keeps turning towards you
when you
and
see the
turning
thing
away
go,
from the mic.
you
Yeah,
see
and
the-
I see the
His
meter.
iPad has nothing to do with the sound of this. His iPad is just notes for things to talk about.
Yeah, it's in case I need to fucking look up what denim is made of.
Why did you point to that talking about
This right
levels?
here.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
That is what everything's recording into, and it also has all the levels.
You wouldn't
like a
know
birth
because
control
you're in
box.
the
So
art
when he
world.
turns towards you, I can tell the level drops, and that means that you ain't
We
gonna
are
hear him.
just making this a really unfun show.
he would
aren't
be
we?
paying
No,
attention
no.
to that too.
No,
I have to pay attention to that.
Jeff
I'm the
is
only
making
one.
this really
I'm
unfun
making
show.
it fun because I
I'm-
can't stop
This
talking about
dad over
Stone
here-
I wish I had.
Cold
I wish I had
Creamery.
one of those. Beep, beep, beep.
I wish I had a fucking headset that turned with my head because you know what I mean. It's
Just
hard
don't
for me
don't
to
turn.
True story. I'm going to shift here because we were talking.
Yep.
What is that?
That was the
here's
foul
the thing.
alarm that Jeff
This
just
is a
installed.
guerrilla podcast right now. We set up in a
We are
hotel.
well within
Our
our
rights.
That's true.
goddamn rights.
We're
Yeah, we
within our
set up in
rights.
the middle of the fucking hotel here to do this because Dave bailed on us
We're
for
doing-
doing it at his house.
We're
We
doing
got a
this under-
fucking security guy with a badge walked up and asked us what we were doing. We told him, and he said we were well within our rights.
Yep.
Which is really cool about
That's
it.
all we need.
Yeah.
We
And
were
we're
at
also,
the Greater Columbus Convention Center in a corner of a lounge.
Shout out to the Hyatt.
Shout out to the Hyatt.
We're out of the Hyatt's jurisdiction right now. To be
Wait,
completely
what?
honest.
What is this?
Convention Center.
This is called Carl's Alley. It's just there's a guy named Carl that owns pretty much this section
The
here.
entire
and he-
alley, yes.
Yeah, this whole alley.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for sucking.
I'm not gonna move.
Nothing sucks.
Jeff,
I
really
was
sorry.
giving you the heads up.
I totally derailed what we were talking about to tell a story, and then I forgot what
Do
we
you,
were going to say.
are you
forgot
guys
the
gonna
story.
edit that part
A
out?
very
of
fancy
us
New York
getting
experience.
scolded?
Nothing.
we're-
Are you
Nothing
gonna
gets
leave-
edited.
Are you gonna leave that?
This
in?
is
Stone Cold
this is
Creamery.
straight through.
No, we're way
Okay.
past that.
Oh,
Okay, well,
Straight through.
I
don't edit
interrupted with a
anything.
new thing and just lost it.
yeah. No, Jeff had to explain to us that we're from the art world.
No.
That we know nothing about
You
this
are-
new digital age.
You don't. Dave,
Audio age.
I took Dave to my band practice room one time.
Oh yeah, we made our hit single. I'm not gonna say FHRIP. It was really good. Fripp.
Dave. It was. It
No, man. Anyways, dude, that was great. I'm not good at
Yeah.
music, so I just don't think that's not a very progressive thing to say.
That
dude.
doesn't matter. No, so we took Dave to the practice space and we gave Dave a microphone. He put his hood up. I played the drums, which never goes as it should. I
Are we
think
gonna
my
get in trouble
wife.
for this story?
Nah, if we got
said it
to the
wasn't
lyrics,
progressive.
if we got to the lyrics, it might be a little shifty. But I had my wife playing guitar. Kyle was playing bass because that's what Kyle does.
Does Amy play guitar?
Who? No. But she can play palm mutes. She had all of the palm mutes.
You said I had my wife playing guitar, and I said, "Does Amy play guitar?" And you said, "Who?"
Yeah. Yeah. I can't hear you because we
Boy.
don't fucking have
Shout out
headphones
to
on.
Amy.
Boy,
We don't have
shout out
headphones
to
on me.
Amy when
You are
Jeff
at
is
least-
not shouting her out.
You're at least 9 feet from me. I can't hear you.
I call it 7.
You're from the art world, dude.
Yep. He actually is.
No,
Did that feel condescending?
no, I'm.
No,
I'm,
it didn't feel
You know,
kind
I'm
you
a
keep-
designer.
you
I'm a
keep-
designer. I'm just as much from the art world as you are.
Tight.
Well, no, you actually do fine art, and I don't.
Does Jeff ever does he ever feel like your dad sometimes?
Heckin' cool.
you know, it
Just
wasn't
do it.
our idea not to.
I have
put
a pretty
headphones
cool
on.
dad. I was going to
It
say
actually
Jeff's
was.
cooler than my dad, but it's not true.
Maybe
I
I,
don't
should.
think it
Does he ever
was.
feel like Jeff dads you?
Was it?
No.
Dave?
Jeff just dadded me and I'm stuck
No.
up on that. Hey, Stone Cold Creamery, dude.
I got way more experience with dad shit than he does.
That's true.
Yeah, you do. You got like grown ass men.
He's got 10 solid years.
I got 15 kids.
Well, 40%.
I'm a statistic.
Yeah,
He's gonna go into his 40% of people have 15 kids.
95% of people who have kids did not pull out.
Please.
Oh my.
Hey, why don't you give me another dad beer?
I was at the grocery store. I'm not talking into a microphone. I was at the grocery store earlier, and I was, getting stuff to make dinner, and I was like, yeah, I'm making myself some tacos tonight, it's a nice sunny day, and I just want some nice, crisp Mexican beer.
How are the tacos?
They were traditional chorizo tacos with cilantro and onions on corn tortillas.
There you go.
No pickled grapes.
No pickled grapes.
Not a goddamn
Everything
one.
fresh.
Oh, will the tacos be served with pickled grapes this evening? Of course they were, sir. Traditional pickled grapes. Sliced
Can we
thin.
just stop for a second?
And blackened
I just
and put on
now
top of
that the
pizza.
guy is gone, I just have to say it. I don't like to talk about people in talking about the way people want to live their life or do their hair. But this fucking janitor a minute ago,
Yo, he had a
had-
flawless cape of hair.
the most amazing hair I think I've ever seen. So
You
the
mean-
haircut.
You
the
mean
pr-
that one?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was
Shit.
him.
Now he's like walking away going,
We
oh,
heard you all the
we
way
should-
down Carl Alley.
We should get that guy over here.
Sorry, Carl.
Sorry, Carl.
no.
That was Carl.
that
we
was
invite
that
him
was
to-
Yeah, that
it
was
was
Do you
amazing.
think he's
It
a
was
heckin' cool
amazing.
dad?
So,
I think you might twist your
the
arm
haircut the Prince in, that's just like the shaved bangs, the shaved but bangs white trash thing.
I had it.
It's
Go
I did
on.
not. Of course you had it.
Totally had
You're
it.
from the south side of Columbus. Of
Yep.
course you had
I
that.
had it.
Now we have
Um,
matching haircuts.
Just imagine that, but backwards.
Backwards.
and the combed straight down part is
He right there.
So wait, the bangs were in the back?
Oh, yeah.
Is that like the horses were in the back?
okay. Now I feel like an asshole. Now that you guys were like, he's right there.
No.
and we're talking about it because I
Well,
don't like
you
it.
know,
He's like, I know my hair's
should
good.
should we not have somebody better to not say it?
He did have
Next
fabulous
time I
hair.
won't say it.
It was a
The
cape
other
of hair.
thing is, and I would do the same thing if I was.
Seems weird for you to be whispering at this
like
point.
how
you know
I
what I
brought
mean?
it down.
Ooh.
I would do the same thing if I was him.
Totally
But
not
man,
talking about your hair.
that dude took his goddamn sweet time straightening this area up.
You know
Took
why?
15
Well,
minutes.
He was checking out what was going on over
I
here.
know. But
He was actually super courteous and making sure that we were just doing our thing.
Maybe he was
Yeah.
a heckin' cool dad.
He might be.
Could-
now
been.
I sound like an asshole, but man, his hair was something else. That
No,
was,
it's very definitely different.
I feel like you and I kept looking at it.
Yeah, like I'm dead serious.
I turned around twice.
I lost track of a lot of what y'all were saying in the beginning of it because I was just looking at like, how did he pull that off? It's like just slopes down and just encompasses the entirety of his neck. It was really good.
He was dancing for like 25 minutes over there. You guys didn't see him
You shut
dancing?
up. That's like the dancing
Did you
bear
never
thing.
turn around and see
No,
that?
he would have been behind me at that point.
You didn't see it. We all saw it.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
shoulder
They
stuff,
didn't want to make it a
mostly.
big deal.
A lot of ticking and popping.
Yeah.
We noticed those things because we're from the art world.
You're gonna hold that one over me, aren't
I
you?
love you very much.
All right. I love you too, Dave. Dave was in my wedding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I went to Ben's wedding and you went to my wedding. So
Were you at his wedding?
No, I wasn't.
but did I invite you?
Yeah, I think so.
Griffin
invited
here
you.
is like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, Griffin's leaving. He's gone. No, one thing with
Jeff had a
the-
good wedding.
Jeff had a great wedding.
I believe
was a
Jeff.
fun wedding.
I believe Jeff had
Open
a great
bar.
wedding. This is what I'm gonna say.
Good
Open bar.
venue.
When I had a wedding,
Cool
there was
people.
a lot less moving parts in my life for me. And then when Jeff had a wedding, there was more moving parts in my life for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just
You could say you had a kid,
yeah, sure.
and then
I had
when
a
you got married,
kid.
you didn't have
I had
a
a
kid.
kid. I had a shop. I had a bunch of other stuff, and
You
you
had
know,
a kid in the shop.
I couldn't go. It wasn't because I didn't love him dearly.
Shout out to Kelly Severson.
Oh yeah, coming in last minute, clutch of shit.
He came through. Well, no, he didn't come in the last minute. He came through, but he sent me the coolest gift.
Oh,
So
he came in like, but it was like I felt like it was like some kind of like struggle for him to come through though.
I don't think
something
so.
was going on.
He was
No,
caught
made
in.
it.
He got caught in an enormous spider web on the border of
On the
Ohio.
border.
Metaphor for
I'm
life.
glad
shit.
you made it through that, Kelly.
no, he got me this thing called a fucking bald eagle. Right. I know you're looking at me wild. So what it is it's a palm. Like you put it on your palm, and you fucking go like this, and you shave your head. It's like for shaving your head. It's called a bald
Sure.
eagle.
Is it practical?
It's super fucking tight.
Does it nick your
No.
like head at all?
Nothing. It's
Yo,
shit is.
let me know what is this?
I don't
Is it
know.
Sharper image catalog shit or what?
Yes. I mean, yeah,
Well,
it's some fucking
Like
futuristic
Brookstone?
shit.
You know the Brookstone
It
store. in
does
the
look
mall?
like some Brookstone
you
shit.
buy like your fucking toe massages.
Have you cut
and shit?
yourself with it?
Mm-mm.
You've never.
I've
Once
never
cut
cut
yourself?
myself. You can
Is
shave
it
dry.
electric?
Yeah, it's electric. It's battery operated. You
How
recharge
long
that
does
shit.
your hair need to be in order to use it effectively?
I mean,
So if I went in on it like with this length,
oh, you'd be fine.
I would fuck myself
You'd
up.
be
Or
fine.
dead. Fine being dead.
I feel like
Fine.
an odd man out right now. This is
Well,
weird.
that's because you still have hair. Does your
Yeah.
dad have hair?
Yeah, my dad has
You're
long
good.
ass hippie hair
You're good. You're
Oh,
good
that's tight.
forever.
and a big
My
ass
dad,
beard.
my dad has hair too.
You're good forever.
That's all fucked up. I believe my son at 3 years old has thicker hair than I have ever had on my thickest head day in my fucking life.
I could be wrong,
His
but I
hair
think
looks
it's
beautiful, and I think it'll be. I
I could be wrong, but I
don't
think it's
think
your
it'll go bald.
mom's side of the family
It is.
that determines your
It is.
hair, like line and thickness, which is fucking crazy because my grandpa died with a thick head of full hair.
You don't have that.
No,
Are you bald on top?
see it's.
I'm fucking dude. I'm.
like nothing comes in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Not
got
really.
that stripe
It'll
shit
be
across
You
the
can
top.
see it,
You're
yeah.
like a
You can see it. I got a convertible.
middle school PE
It's like
teacher.
you know that ASAP song, "Car Has No Roof." That's me. That's me right there.
I mean, over the last few
What's
Pulling
your
up with
years,
scalp like?
It's
over the
pulling
last
up with
few
your
years,
ceiling,
this has
isn't
taken
it?
a dive. These have taken a dive.
Yeah,
This motherfucker said his
But
car
that's
has no
about
roof.
it's a convertible.
But the
No.
thing is I can't grow a beard. My dad has a beard down here.
Yeah.
My brother has a beard, probably like yours, and I got nothing.
It's okay.
This is like 3 days no shaving.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't seen my chin in like a decade.
Mine.
It sucks, man. It's all I ever wanted, man. I went to a Baptist high school. We couldn't have like
You know what?
facial hair, but you could have sideburns.
You say that until you aren't combing your hair one day.
Dude, if you're wearing a
And then you
black
stop
t-shirt and you
saying
got
that.
beard dandruff on your shirt and you're like, oh God, I'm a scumbag. That sucks, dude. You ain't got to worry about that.
man.
I'm so
but my
glad you
dad
brought up
looks
beard
so
dandruff.
cool.
I thought that was just me.
And it's everybody with a beard.
I didn't know that
You
shit.
gotta oil your shit.
I
Condition it.
don't fucking use oil. I use Head and Shoulders on my
Shoulders.
beard.
Well, you should use better.
You
should
can use leave-in conditioner too. Like
Nope.
I have some.
Head and
Why
Shoulders.
I use that
dry
too.
scalp.
I use that too for when I wash it, and I wash it. But when I'm not gonna rock that all day long. So I have this coconut conditioner that I steal from Olivia, and I put it in my beard and I comb it. And
I think if I
smell
shaved
good,
my beard, my skin would come
and it
off.
manages
with
my
it.
shit.
yeah.
I steal my
I've,
girlfriend's conditioner.
You've basically made an entire career out of a beard.
Well,
What's your Instagram handle?
That's only part. That's only
Wow,
part of
man.
it. It's
What's your
tat-
Instagram
Fuck what
handle?
your tattoos look like,
It's
dude.
What
tattoos
is your
by
Inst-
Red. It's tattoos by Redbeard.
There you go.
It's catchier than tattoos by Ben, obviously. So you work with what you got. You got a sick ass red beard, I guess. Go with that.
It's very
You know?
clean.
It is.
It's the best sheen.
It just grows in this length, and honestly, I'd never trim it.
You're full
You
of
clean
shit.
up the edges. It
Of
looks
course
like
I do.
It
I
looks
trim it all the
good around
time.
the
Of
edges.
course I do.
Yeah.
Because I'm a human being on planet Earth, so I do that. Especially if you don't have regular hair to deal with. You're like, well, man, maybe I should just spend a few minutes and make myself look presentable. So
I
that's
couldn't
what I
grow a
like to
beard
do.
for years. I started shaving my head immediately. could grow
You
a
mean
beard.
from like 1 to 14? What do you mean you
What?
couldn't grow a beard for years?
No, like until I was like 25. There was nothing. I could grow sideburns, and that was it. And then
See-
I started shaving my head, and the shit just came in.
See,
it's like
I
my
grew
shit.
up, when I was the time I was complaining to my dad, I was like, when could you grow a beard? And he goes, I was probably 28, 29. And then 28, 29 came and went. And here I am at
was it?
35 and still, this is 3 days worth of not shaving.
Yeah, right around 30, all of a sudden I could just grow a
Yeah,
beard. Like
fuck
out
off.
of fucking nowhere.
Stupid. I wish I could have a beard. I know it's annoying, and I know it's
The upkeep
it's
sucks.
maintenance
The
and all that
upkeep
stuff,
sucks.
but I at least want to be able
It's
to.
not annoying.
I like
But
it.
it's something you get shit in it. And,
Literal, the actual like fecal matter.
If you're like eating the booty hole,
Man, this is a dad podcast.
Human-
it doesn't matter.
you're talking about human waste.
Why are we
I'm
talking
talking about booty hole.
What
eating.
I was
Man,
talking
you know-
about
Yes.
instead of human
Yes.
waste.
I want to get on this subject
Yeah.
because
Get on that subject,
Can I
Colin.
coin the term? Shit snacking?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know that.
I'm not talking about the
Hold on.
subject.
I
hold
don't
on,
know
hold on.
that
Let,
you
let him
coined
go
that
with this.
term.
Let him go with this for a minute.
Olivia
I'm not
did.
talking about the subject of eating ass.
What? I thought you were leading into eating ass. I was
No.
all for it.
No,
He's
All
not
right.
taking
that's
it
all
there.
well and good. I was thinking about this when we were having dinner earlier.
The ass or the
What,
other
ass?
thing?
No,
No,
Jesus.
you're right.
All
You're
right,
right.
let him-
Otherwise,
let
you're
him
with
go,
a bunch
let
of
him go.
children. You're with several.
No, it was
children.
just interesting because you guys were all talking like dudes talk.
Did we all have
like
shit in our
locker room
beards?
talk? You're talking about sexual exploits
What?
and all that.
Did we?
No, I said nothing.
Nobody said anything. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I wasn't trying to make anybody look bad. I'm just saying, like, everybody's just talking about stuff, and I was thinking to myself, I don't like this is I don't track with the party talk in general because I grew up like super religious, and I went to a Christian school. I was a virgin the night I got my wedding night. I've only had sex with one woman.
Damn.
And I feel good about it. Like, don't get me wrong,
that's
I
good.
feel good about it.
Super
but
good.
it's just so okay, let me stop for a second and say I just made all three of you look super bad, and I did not mean to do that.
All three of y'all are hoes.
I'm trying to remember what locker room talk you would be describing right now.
Here's the thing: with you're a prude like me, everything is locker room talk. Okay.
6 saves.
Sure, we're talking about boners.
You know, just
Why?
telling old
Was
stories,
it
and
pressing-
hard stuff like that.
Was it pressing our boners against your back while you were trying to eat your
Yeah,
chicken wings?
man. Maybe we need to edit this out that I'm just getting everybody in trouble, and I'm not even
Nobody
because
gives a shit.
nobody was
Nobody
saying
gives a
anything incriminating.
I
or
ain't
getting in
getting
trouble.
grounded.
But it's just conversation. It's conversation that I have a hard time tracking with. Like I
Yeah.
can smile and nod and say, "Yeah, that sounds awesome."
But you
man.
can't
So
identify
I
with
cannot
It felt
identify
like bags
at
of
all.
sand.
So let me stop for a second. So we all
You're like, "Shut the fuck
no,
up."
not at all. I was gonna say we all have kids, right?
Yeah.
So I have one in 4th grade.
You had a kid in 4th grade?
4th grade.
Oh, you have one in 4th
Yeah, I
grade.
have one in
Yeah.
4th
It was
grade.
hard to raise
How
that.
did you?
It's
how
hard
did
to
you-
raise that baby.
How did you manage to have a potent formula in 4th grade?
Yeah, I have
Where's
a
this
kid in
kid?
4th grade.
That's why his beard didn't come in so late. Because he was having
He's like,
children in 4th
he's like,
grade.
"I'm
That
36
stunts
and
your
my
beard
kid is
growth.
32."
No, so here's the thing. In 2 weeks, they start
like,
the
"Don't be a
fucking
menace."
talk. Did you hear me? In 2 weeks, they start the talk. He learns about fucking
In
penises.
4th grade?
4th grade.
Hey, y'all.
Not
this
at
is
my
a safe
school.
age to just throw this out there. We think y'all are going to be fucking real soon.
4th
Not
grade.
in Columbus City schools.
Yes.
Wait, the conversation about sex?
In 4th
Puberty.
grade?
Well-
in as a whole,
Oh, man, I'm
you're
not
gonna be
ready.
growing
If-
hair.
If Chloe comes home and's like, "Hey, Dad, I figured it all out," I would.
Wait, what age is
I'm
4th
going
grade
to school
exactly?
and dropping some bows, man.
4th grade. It starts in 4th grade.
Nah, dude.
Yeah. So they
Our
sent
future's fucked.
they sent home the curriculum. Well, they didn't send it home. They sent an email with the curriculum. I
think
read
you're
the
talking about
pamphlet.
sex and you're talking about puberty.
Hold on. This is why you
He
gotta
called
hold
it
on.
the talk, dude. There's only one the talk.
Yeah. So
The
they
talk
sent
is
the
when
pamphlet
the thing goes
home,
into thing.
and it's all about where you're gonna grow hair.
Mm.
It's about penises. It's about vaginas, and it's about what they're used for.
Oh.
And I'm just like 4th fucking grade,
No, dude.
and then I think back.
No, yeah, I'm. Get
can't
me out of
hear
here.
you.
But then I think back. I actually had the talk in Columbus Public Schools in 4th grade. 4th and 5th grade, they were
We had to
passing
find out
out
I
the
wanna
fucking
s-
classic
My
way
school-
somebody's dad had porn.
Oh, yeah.
I only went to
that a course?
public school for 5th and 6th grade.
Someone's dad had porn.
In my public school in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 6th grade was the year they did it, and I remember they had to. Your parents had to sign a
Yep.
waiver saying
Yeah,
it was
I think
okay,
6th
and
grade, I
my
remember
mom
that.
said no, it is not okay.
Did you
We're
not get
going
to
to
talk?
teach him at home
Oh,
because
man.
we were a Christian. It was a really Christian family, and I never got to talk at home. So I still don't even know what
So
to do.
you were like wedding
Are you
day
still
night.
waiting
You
for
were
the-
figuring it out.
Are you still waiting for
no,
the
come
talk?
on, man.
He practiced by looking at lots of material online.
Yeah. Well, no, online
And
wasn't
printed
really a thing.
Printed material. How long have you been married?
I have been married
13, right? Is
12
it
years.
12 years?
Yeah, man. You had printed material and digital material.
for. I had digital material.
I don't think
Yeah.
my school ever did a sexual talk.
We had like
It was
we had
more of
health
like
education.
you're going through changes type of thing. But I was in it was between 4th and 6th grade. I just remember walking into a room, maybe in 4th grade, 4th or 5th. And I was like, all the girls are leaving. We're having some kind of what's going on in here? And then it was like, talk about boners and ball hair.
So
And I was like, what is this? This is insane.
again, we all have kids. So what's the appropriate time? Like, when would you prefer your kid, Dave? When would you prefer your kid find out
'Cause
about this?
I got the daughter, man. Y'all.
I have a daughter.
Yeah, but
I
I
have
got,
a
I,
daughter,
got,
too.
I got a daughter. Like, how old's your daughter?
She's almost 7.
Let's see. Our kids are near the same age. I don't know, man. I don't know. Never.
Right. Yeah, so never is what I would expect people
We've
to
already
say.
selected the convent she's going to go to do her nunnery.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, we already figured it out. Nah, man, on the real, I don't know, dude.
You don't think you don't have an age in mind that's like, all right, it's okay for her to find out about it now.
Why did Griffin just put 2? 2?
I mean,
My kid can't even form a fucking complete thought. Like, hey, look, sweetie, one day shit's gonna get weird. Like, nah,
you know, the way I see
Griffin,
it
you're
is,
not a dad at all.
the way we do it is just obviously there's going to be like a actual talk about this stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have to do soon because my son is almost 11.
Oh yeah, you're about to find mad crusty socks.
Dude.
Why are these socks standing?
And you know, so I know that an actual discussion is going to happen soon, but we also like call us the liberal hippie household, but we've always been like super open about the, you know, penises, vaginas, babies come from this, and it's just always been a conversation. Now, the whole like you're having some changes, and pretty soon I'm going to be finding a bunch of crusty socks. No, that's not a conversation that's been had yet.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous about having that
I don't
conversation.
think I would include the
Because I never had that
crusty sock
conversation.
actually.
You don't think you'd include the crusty
I don't
socks?
think so. I will say this. I think I talked about this earlier today with somebody, maybe you, David. I feel like they should give you a warning when you're having a kid. I just have one boy. Boners are immediate. Immediately, their boners exist.
That's true.
And I didn't know that until I had a baby son. And I was like, holy
With a boner.
smokes. What's the deal here, friend? There's a newborn boner going on here. So I assume, I don't remember myself as a child, but it just seems like boners are going to just always be a thing. Because
Here's
since
the
birth.
tip. Here's the
He
tip.
has-
Here's the tip.
He has 2 boys.
Here's the deal. You just got to roll with it. You just got to make it a thing. You got to make it a funny thing in conversation.
he
You got to joke
doesn't-
about boners. You have to. If you have boys, you got to joke about boners. There's two ways you can go with it. You can joke about boners, or you can make it a weird thing that people feel like they have to hide.
for
Okay.
one, obviously, who doesn't love a good boner joke?
I mean, don't get me wrong. You do have to, as a guy, you have to learn how to hide boners.
You got to flip that sucker into your waistband.
That's
from time
true.
to time.
As a guy, you do have to learn how to hide boners.
I
They're
don't-
not trapper keepers anymore, man.
That's true. They don't.
It's like the clutched move. Like,
Yeah.
nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I'm going to 4th period now.
I'm glad that doesn't follow into adulthood. Personally.
Dude,
I'm in a
you ever
meeting
try
at
to wear,
work
like,
talking to
shorts
him.
and
Fucking
No, I don't wear mesh shorts in public.
Oh, man,
I just don't.
I don't either.
I don't do it.
Sometimes I got to run to the gas station.
Because
or
of the
something.
boners?
I got to walk to the store. And then, like, you're just like, you're comfortable on your couch and, like, things happen. And you're like, oh, God, I got to go out in public like that. So you think about something really stupid, like a baseball.
No, man. No.
That's what gets you
a
flaccid.
baseball.
A baseball.
A baseball.
You're talking like you've only
Is it
read about
signed?
boners right now.
Is it
Well,
signed by
clearly I
Pete
gotta
No,
think
Rose?
about baseball.
he's saying a baseball gets them flaccid.
No,
No.
see, now y'all making sweeping generalizations.
Soft
No, he's
like
talking
cream.
about baseball gets them hard, is what he's
All
saying.
right, dude. Listen,
This-
I think about
this
some weird
took a
shit,
really
like the
weird
consistency
turn.
of fucking chicken
This
pot
took a
pie.
weird
I
turn.
don't.
Something random, like, or you know what does it take to be a Formula One race car driver? Weird shit like that. Just
know
to
what?
get your
I feel
mind
like-
off of like sick tits.
I feel like I am. There is so many things coursing through my brain generally when I'm out in public that the idea of me getting an unwanted boner is just it's
That's
dead
not what I'm.
last.
All right,
It's
listen.
dead
Let me
last.
put you in a theoretical situation.
Are you talking
Give
about
me real quick.
your
give
mesh
me a
shorts?
second. So you're at home, right?
Yeah.
And your girlfriend and you or your wife, whatever person that fucking makes you feel all great inside and outside and all that other shit. You're watching something on the show and you're like, man, I want a snack, and you got no snacks, right? So you got to, like, in your pajamas, right? Like your fucking sweatpants or your mesh shorts, right? Maybe in your flip-flops. Just mad comfy on the couch.
You don't have to
chilling.
describe
But
why
wait,
You
you're
wear
going
flip
here.
flops when you're sitting on the couch?
No, man, I'm just saying. What y'all are all fucking.
you
me
did
up.
say-
Listen,
you did
whatever.
say
You're mad
flip-flops.
Mesh shorts
comfortable.
and flip flops on the couch. Comfortable.
It
Okay,
is-
I get it.
No,
You're comfortable on the
yeah,
couch.
I'm just comfortable. I mean, I'm not wearing the flip flops on the couch, but whatever. You don't want to put your shoes on. You want to throw on some flip flops and walk out in your mesh shorts or your sweatpants to the store, right?
Okay.
But you get up and like you were hella comfortable, and you know when you get super relaxed, burnt. That's happening, and
Yeah.
then you're like, oh fuck.
What, like
and
a cool breeze?
But you
A-
really,
a
a fucking boner.
Are you talking about a
And then-
relaxation boner? I don't know if that's.
It happens, dude. Whatever, dude. I don't ask for when these
No,
things
that's
happen.
I don't.
And then I'm like, all right, cool, babe. I'll go to the store real quick. Don't mind me. Yeah, hurry up because I really want to finish this movie. And then you want to run outside, but then you got to walk like a fucking book that's halfway open. Like, fucking, like, oh, I have no boner. Fuck, go away. And it doesn't because it's warm out or like it's kind of a breeze and that's warm. And I don't fucking know,
I just
dude.
said cool breeze. That's
Outside
what I was
when you're outside.
That's
When
what I
you're
was.
outside.
I don't think.
Dude, no,
I don't
hold
want
on,
you to be
hold
boner
on,
shamed,
hold on.
right? I don't think you
Y'all-
deserve it.
You know
I don't
what?
think you deserve
Colin's
to be boner
not boner
shamed.
shaming
ever.
me, but this side of the room is.
No.
Colin's
Why would
weirded
I?
out about how I was on fucking wearing flip flops on the couch.
I'm still sitting
I
here.
was eating my
I'm still
pickled
sitting here
grapes.
feeling bad about putting you guys all on blast and making it sound like you guys were talking.
We just
some
derailed.
Crazy
We went into
shit.
sex talk town.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. You just maybe want to go get some pickled grapes in the fucking store and come back. But like, it sucks, dude. It sucks because, dude, you've sat in the fucking car before driving somewhere like in sweatpants because like you didn't expect to have to go outside, and you're like, fuck, man, I got a boner.
I got there with a boner. I'm so mad when I drive. Always, if I go 2 blocks, I'm just
So you're not-
steaming mad.
He can't be
There's
mad
only
at
gonna
a
be
boner.
anti-boner.
Yeah, you can't be mad
Driving
with a
crazy.
boner.
I feel like I wasn't sure if we were
I'm not
arguing
talking about boners
if we were talking
anymore.
about mesh shorts.
Definitely not mine anymore. I'm not talking about my boners.
Look, I'm going to switch to a topic that we talk about each time, which actually is trivial things that bother us.
Wait, are you ending this shit?
No,
Boners.
I'm not ending
Oh,
it.
I
I'm just
okay.
I just had to get us off boners for a minute.
Well, here's the deal.
what
You
she
you
said.
go ahead and go into this, but
Yeah.
like a true dad, before this podcast, Jeff was like, "Does anybody need to go to the bathroom?"
Oh my god.
Now I actually
I have to
do.
pee
So
again.
you guys keep talking, and I'm getting up and going because I'm gonna die if I don't.
All right. So I'm
You'll
gonna
for sure piss your pants.
I'm gonna go through the trivial things that bother us. So like each time we basically have a segment that's like trivial things that probably shouldn't bother us that totally fucking bother us. So do either of you have a super trivial thing that's just like a fucking pet peeve that bothers you no matter what?
Just fucking name a thing that people do.
Just
I got one.
All right, Dave.
Apologies that contain the word "but."
Uh,
Lack of accountability.
lack of accountability. See, that's not like a trivial
Nah,
thing.
but it's trivial as fuck when it's like in a shop environment, right?
okay.
So today, one of my coworkers decided that he just wants to leave and not bring anything back to the studio in the SUV that he drives, leaving me to put the entirety almost of the shop's gear and my friend, my guest, and my friend stuff also to cram into the Jeep while he goes home and does his own thing because, hey, fuck it, you got the tattoo at Hell City today. Real cool, dude. You got your fucking little, nut off at the
Okay.
fucking show. And, you didn't think for the team. You just went off and fucked about doing your own shit. And then when I confront you about it, it's like, but I was just I hate that. That's trivial because it's not going to hold any bearing into how I think about him in his entirety. It's not going to be something that I'm going to be really upset about in November or something. It's not like a long lasting thing, but it is one of those trivial little things where somebody just does some fuckhead shit and they just don't owe up to it. I was like, why you got to be that way? Just say, yeah, I fucked up and move on.
Yeah. So
You know
lack
what
of
else?
accountability.
Loud neighbors.
You
I'll
already
leave it alone though.
you leave it alone. Ben, do you have something? It could be anything. It could be something
You know what?
kids do.
My wife and myself fight
Okay.
about maybe like the dishwasher almost every time it gets done. I am someone who does the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher.
What do you
I
mean?
just-
You clean them off?
They're clean as shit before they go in there.
Why the fuck do you put them in?
Because you know what? It's not a piece of magic. That food has to go somewhere.
You're
it
buying
doesn't
the
just
wrong-
incinerate everything.
You're
you know?
buying the
it
wrong
goes when you're
pods.
blasting it to the top.
got some
You know,
good pods.
where else is it gonna
I
go?
got them good pods.
So
They're red by blue.
the water only
Them
shoots out
quantums.
so hard, and it's just that's probably Otherwise, just anything that happens that somebody does
Yeah.
in front of me that I'm not currently doing, I always have an issue with.
So, I buy these fucking pods that say they degrease, defood, they do everything. They do all of the shit.
Disrobe.
They disrobe the food from the plate.
I'm offended you don't think I'm buying name brand pods because of
Yeah.
course I am. You think I'm filling my own pods? You think I have reusable pod canisters? I'm
Maybe.
talking top shelf, Jeffrey. It's not the pods.
Have you given them a
I think
chance?
it's the pans.
Have you given them a chance to do their
Which
job?
ones? You know,
the ones that have the microscopic
I don't give them a chance, but she gives them a chance for sure.
Did it
And
work?
what? They come out
No.
fucked up?
Well, you know, you gotta wash the dishes first. Nearly.
No, you should
Nearly.
not have to
You know
wash
what?
the
I
di-
I
No, I
think
don't
wash the dishes
I think
in mine.
I wash them too much, but I don't think they're as clean as they should be when they go. I think what we need
dishes.
is maybe when my son can start doing dishes, he will get both of our traits and he will do them correctly completely.
Make your kid pay fucking rent, dude.
He does. He does.
Yeah, good,
He
man.
plays $2,500 a month.
Damn,
Right
is
now.
he in Brooklyn? The hippest part of
You know?
Milwaukee, your house?
Yeah, that's what I call it, Brooklyn.
Chateau de Brooklyn.
I just gathered up a bunch of trash mounds. And
See?
City rats, pizzas,
City
pigeons.
rats.
Oh,
No. So I'm gonna switch gears here for a moment and talk about current events. So immediately
I'm so out of breath.
from
Did you
walking to the bathroom
Did you
and back.
sprint?
So there's a bathroom right there.
It's
Yeah.
locked.
It's right there.
Locked.
Is it locked?
And I walked up, and as I was walking up, I heard the manager going on this thing, like, floor 1, bathroom A, locked. And then
Oh,
the dude was
shit.
like, it's locked. The one downstairs, it's right below. It was
I
not right below.
guarantee
Wow.
you, if you wouldn't have been doing such shit talking, that bathroom would have still been open.
Oh, yeah. Hair
He was
can.
like, fuck you, bitch.
yeah.
No, so
Yes,
I'm
my
going to
hair
switch
cake.
gears for a minute. So the very first thing I thought when I saw Bun B shot an intruder, I was like, gotta hit up Dave. That was the very first thing because I
Yeah,
think
it's been
I think
discussed.
Bun B, I think Houston, I think UGK, I think Dave. So what was your reaction?
Fucking hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like
That's what I said.
Bun B, A, do not fuck with him.
No.
He is fucking the Port Arthur pimp. You don't fuck with him.
Absolutely.
He's PA Texas all day. He is not to be crossed or fucked with.
Right.
And that dude
Do a
came
shout
in
out to
there.
Bun B
Huh?
if he's listening.
Shout out to Bun B. Oh my god,
Right.
my first one of my first CDs I ever bought was Too Hard to Swallow.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Is
Favorite UGK album?
I don't know. See, that's what I was gonna say. So
Favorite UGK song?
favorite UGK or Bun B? Do you like the UGK,
I like
albums?
UGK. I like UGK.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the.
You like that new Bun B record that came out like a year ago?
Was that 2 Trill?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's good. I think it was longer than a year ago. Might be 2017 or something. He's been on a bunch of
What's
songs
the
since.
one? I think it might be called Trill OG, the one that has like fucking Drake and T-Pain.
That's Trill OG.
That's my shit.
That's good.
Yeah, the reason I like that one is because it features all the other rappers and fucking people I like too. It had a track with Tupac. Yeah,
Oh, dude, Pac had so many.
Is he
unreleased
still
bars.
recording?
yeah, man, he's fucking hollering at me.
He literally had hundreds, not thousands. Everybody makes it like he's had thousands of things. He had
Yeah.
hundreds, but
Yeah.
of just unused tracked vocals. Off of
Yeah,
just, like,
that's my
808s and
favorite
shit,
CD
just
for
to
sure.
insert on any song. A lot of rappers do that, but
So-
nah, man, Bun B doing that was amazing. He
Yeah.
was able to save his wife's life, and it's some 20-year-old disrespectful shithead went into the wrong goddamn house, and guess what? He got a hole in him. He
Yeah.
deserved that, dog.
Absolutely.
Straight up, he should have been killed. Because now this guy's got a plea in court. You know, only thing I wish Bun B actually melted this dude's head.
I believe he pulled his card that night.
Oh yeah,
But
so,
nah, you know what? Bun B did a great thing, and you know what? He acted just like I thought. If somebody told me like, what do you think would happen if somebody robbed Bun B's house? He'd shoot your bitch ass. And that's what happened.
yeah, that's exactly what
That's
happened.
exactly what happened. You came through. You went up to his wife with a knife, bro. You definitely got shot.
No, and-
you were not. And you know what? In jail, he is going to get.
Can we
fucking
shout
ragged
out
down.
though? Can we? Because based on what I read, can we shout out his wife though too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, she held it down.
She literally, she told him to go in. This guy to go into the garage
Yeah,
while he came down with a gun. Like that was it was teamwork is what it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she knows what's up.
she knows what fucking time it is. No, so other than that, so any new like hip hop albums that either of you are listening to? I know something Colin and I have been listening to heavy, and that's the Schoolboy Q album.
I haven't given it a listen yet.
Dude, I've
Oh
listened
my
to it
God.
5
I've been working
times
at the
since
convention
Friday.
and
Bro,
doing
you
a
need
bunch
to
of stuff
listen
for the
to
art
it.
shows.
It
I
is
haven't-
It bangs.
fucking yeah.
I listened to
it's-
it 5 times at least
Really?
since Friday.
He got it in the car tonight. It was on.
You know, Schoolboy Q is like 40-something years old.
What?
He's like in his 40s. That or late 30s.
No, I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Hold on, let me fact check
Or
myself.
20s.
Yeah, dude,
Could
Could even be
Awesome.
20s, or could even
Watch
be
him
late teens.
28.
he can even be 11. I don't know.
Actually,
No,
it's
the
just an
thing
age.
is-
She's got like a 7 or 8 year old daughter. I know that much.
The same thing I say every fucking time is the fact that I use my phone to record.
Oh, I'm an
this.
asshole, man. He's younger than me. He's 32.
See,
Somebody told me he was old as shit.
I use my phone to record.
My
this.
bad, Schoolboy
Let me
Q.
change this. Did you know Schoolboy Q and me are the same age?
You're
Schoolboy
not-
Q
are you
is 32.
32?
He's not.
32.
I thought he was
Okay.
40 years old.
How old are
Somebody
you?
told me he was old as shit.
Me? Yeah.
And then
I'm
I don't.
36.
I don't
32 years
realize-
old.
I don't realize some kids and they go, man, he's old as hell. I probably heard it come out of like a 25-year-old's mouth.
Yep.
And then now I just realized I just like basically latched onto some shit that.
And maybe they were talking about you even.
By old as hell, they mean 32.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry,
I
Schoolboy
mean-
Q. You're 32. You're younger than me, man. I
I'm
don't know.
that
I'm old
person.
as fuck.
No,
I
but
used to
that
think-
record fucking.
I'm gonna listen to it. Oh, you cannot threaten me with a good rap album.
I used to think that like 30, 35 was like fucking old. Like when because my brother is 11 years older than me. So
you
when
have
I was
that- you have
21,
that-
22,
that
I'm like,
detachment
Jesus
from
Christ,
There
33?
was a generational gap. like,
Yeah,
with that for sure.
it was big.
I
was
will say
big.
that. How old are you?
34.
Okay. So you're the oldest.
I am the oldest.
I'm 35, and I've always felt like my 30s were like my 30s have been the best years of my life. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm like people talk about being old in their 30s, and that's fine, but I feel good. 35 though is definitely the first year that I have felt old, where I'm like starting to feel different things.
So
that
I've got like 4 more months. Of just feeling young
people's
as shit.
well, I'm about to turn 36. People make comments, like, oh, you're like in your mid 30s, right? It's like, oh
shit.
you know what I mean? And like, I my band, we straddle between like old guy doom metal and like hardcore. So like when we play like the more hardcore shows, it's like, man, some of these kids at this fucking show are closer to my son's age than my age, and that
Yep.
fucking makes me feel crazy.
Yeah.
Babies.
It also makes
That
me
is
feel pretty
wild.
cool though.
Babies in the mosh pit.
Babies in the mosh pit.
I call it hardcore daycare. Those shows.
That works.
good.
It's like
I'm
it's
into
like,
that.
oh, do I have to break up fights tonight?
Hey boys, let's chill out, huh?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Fuck you, old man.
You start another fight. You're gonna go sit there at the bar for 6 minutes. Wait, how old are you? 32. 32 minutes.
Now, what do you do if there's a crew of them?
You get beat up by a bunch.
Get
of
beat
young
up by
kids.
10
You get
guys.
beat up by a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
By 10 guys.
The tattoo shop is right by a college, so there's a lot of young adults who come in there, and there's like gasps when ages come up,
Yeah.
when the ages of like men in their like mid to late 32, 33, 37
1998 was 20 years
the
ago.
gasps and like yucks and things like that. That's like, you
Dude,
little fucking asshole.
I heard a thing. Now this was like 2 years ago now, but so it's even more so weird. It was like 2016 or 2017. Nirvana's Nevermind was the halfway point between the present time and Beatles' Abbey Road. That's so
Jeez.
That's
crazy.
like so many layers though. It's like I want to be like whoa, but
You're
it's too many
born in
layers.
2000.
Now, so I'm, like, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to
2001.
dial
I
it
remember
in.
what shows I went to in 2001.
Yeah.
2001. I was a junior in high school. It's crazy.
So here's something that I know he and I share. You used to rollerblade growing up, right?
Huge blader, dude.
My brother.
Loved blades.
What? I thought it was you. You never threw on any
I
blades.
know you were a blader.
I was a fucking blader.
They've actually had a set of blades on
more than
earlier.
I did. My brother had the aggressive inline skates.
Yeah.
and he was way sick at that. And
Did he have
I,
the-
you
we
didn't
had
do
the
that?
same shoe size. Not good.
Did he have the big wheels, like the big
No,
rubber
he had-
ones,
so he
where
had
you go
like,
off
he had a
road?
wheel in the front and the back, and then he had anti-rock wheels.
Anti-rockers.
And then he had the H block. So remember? 'cause
Yeah.
he had the,
You're just saying.
What the fuck? This whole time I
words,
literally thought you used to fruit boot.
Not.
I was all
Are
about
you
it.
you're not allowed to say that.
I'm allowed to say that because I was that. It's different.
They
It's
call-
our word.
Yeah.
That's what
You're
they
into
call
that.
that. That's what skate. Yeah, that's what they call the skate.
That's
park
what
shit.
skateboarders.
My
used to
brother
call
Jacob,
In
rollerblades.
the
my brother
early
Jacob would
2000s.
whoop your ass if you talk shit to him in a skate park and he had rollerblades on. He would beat the dog shit out of you with rollerblades on.
Well, your brother.
My brother's
is
a
it-
fucking.
He's
brolic-
Golden Gloves, right?
Yes, and
Exactly.
My brother is so motherfucking down for the goonest shit
Yeah.
on earth. He'll fuck you up.
Okay.
I've seen him punch people on skates and leave them in messes, and it was really really tight.
I once went to a GlassJaw show with you,
Oh, yeah.
and the rage came out of you. He got in the middle of He was trying to watch
I
the show.
got hype on a song. I was too close to
Hold on,
a fucking
hold on.
pit. They picked
Let me-
something.
And then
Let me
people are
tell-
fucking
let
with
me
you.
tell
You're
the
into the
story.
song. People are fucking with you, and
This
you're
is
like,
not
you know what?
shoving,
Fuck off,
shoving.
man. You're
Here's the
ruining my
thing.
show.
Let me tell
This
the
was
story.
10 years ago.
It doesn't matter that it was 10 years ago. We go to the show, and we get too close. And, like, I've always been the person that played in mosh bands. And it was like, you know, if you're fucking too close, that's your fault, right? So Dave wants to get closer so we can see Daryl from GlassJaw, like, in fucking full 3D.
Shout out to Daryl.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl.
Daryl Palumbo.
So we go down there, and like all the kids are like bumping around and moshing, and like GlassJaw's not really mosh music,
They're
but
not,
they're
no.
creating like push pits, right? He gets so fucking mad.
I was also fucking wasted.
Yeah, I was wasted too.
Very,
he
very
starts
right.
raging, and he starts like, I don't even know what to call it. You were like bulldozing. He like bulldozed his way left, and then like bulldozed his way right, and all of a sudden there's this big open area, and he's like looking around at people like he's about to kill people. So I had to stop him. Don't kill people, Dave. And he's like, you know what? Fuck this, and goes up like by the front of the bar. But like he was passionate about GlassJaw. You did not want those fucking little tweens ruining GlassJaw for you.
No,
GlassJaw
yeah,
was like a
yeah,
religious
yeah.
experience to
If
you.
they wanted to go fucking do some hardcore show shit, go to hardcore show.
Is that
not
is GlassJaw still one of your favorites?
No.
What stopped
They're-
it?
they're-
Like
they're-
post coloring book?
No, it's just I don't know, man.
Your taste changed?
A lot of it was they're not timeless to me in the regard.
It feels dated.
Yeah, it feels dated, and it's not as timeless to me as other bands that I'm really into are. Like Bad Brains to me is timeless. That'll be a band that is my favorite till I'm dead. Like
Okay.
that's just they're never gonna get old. Their entire discography, even when they got into the weirder reggae shit, it's not gonna. That band's never gonna be less relevant to me in my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like listening to fucking like Big L or Biggie. It's never not gonna be what it is to me, or old Wu-Tang shit, or like, old Houston rap. You know what I mean?
Big
like,
Crit?
Huh? Crit's making timeless stuff, but he hasn't been on it long enough to be considered timeless. I'm talking about nobody's gonna undo what UGK and DJ Screw did to my
Right.
rap tastes. Nobody's also I'm sorry. Nobody is gonna undo what Biggie and Big L and Big Pun did to my rap tastes. Nobody's gonna undo what, Bad Brains and fucking Pantera and fucking what else, man? You can throw a bunch of shit out there. Like bands I listen to that formulated my rock tastes. They're not gonna undo that for me.
Yeah.
But like when I think of GlassJaw, I think of like angsty breakup high school bullshit when I got into them. And then I think of like, a lot of angsty parts of my years I lumped in with like that experience of GlassJaw, and like their music got, it evolved with them because they were kids and they made that stuff too. And their last album was cool. It wasn't everything that I wanted. It wasn't like 10 years of like, oh fuck, they haven't made something in this long. And
You're in a totally different part of your life now.
exactly.
And your
It's
music tastes have
nostalgic.
changed.
It's like logging back into your MySpace again. And it's like
So
preserved.
you see GlassJaw as a very
Point of time.
2002.
Yeah, because they're classic. Yeah, exactly, because that's when I graduated though too. Like that's
However-
like, the height of my.
A few years, like 2 years, a year and a half ago, I saw the band Thursday in concert
Yeah.
because my wife's like, I bought tickets to the band Thursday. You like them a lot, right? And I've got a Thursday tattoo on my leg. That was the third tattoo I had ever done. I was like, yeah, let's go to see Thursday.
The Thursday tattoo was the third tattoo you ever did.
I
and it's
did.
also
I
on
tattooed
you?
it on myself. And I
Okay.
tattooed it on like a few of my friends. One of my dearest
Is this
friends.
the bird?
One of my, for Thursday dove. One of my dearest friends I tattooed it on. And I remember like lining it. And then we went out and smoked a cigarette. And while I was lining it, because tattooing's super hard, I made, so if you don't know the Thursday dove at home, it's like just a little all silhouetted bird, but the beak is separate. And when I did it, I did the beak like all fucked up. I don't remember exactly how, but it was all, I knew when I was looking, I was like, well, that's wrong. And then we go outside and we're smoking a cigarette together. And he's like, how do you feel about that beak? I was like,
He called you out?
yeah. And I was like, that's not right. For sure. That sucks.
Yeah.
So either way, shout out to Tripper.
Thursday, I was
Thursday.
never a fan of that band. Oh, you're in the middle of a story.
Either way, when I was going, it was like, cool. No, this is cool. So I go to this show and they're like, hey, the crowd is essentially me. The crowd is guys in their 30s who are fans of this band when they were
15 years ago.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, mind you, my Jonathan had maybe a year before or earlier been like, man, I saw Thursday, and like no one was more stoked to play a show than this dude. And I went and saw them, and they're like, hey, we're gonna play all these songs that you guys like know that we played, like all the things that we wrote like in 2001 or whatever. And then they played like all these songs off these albums, and like as a 30-year-old I was like, whoa, this is still super tight. Like now I wasn't like following their music throughout their career and listening to things they just put out, but when I watched them play songs that I was into when they wrote them, I was like, oh, this is still like so awesome.
Because it means
so if
something
you
to
went
you.
and saw GlassJaw
I
play,
saw them a few years ago with you.
Yeah.
Went to Chicago.
It means something to you.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
Saying,
So the same.
GlassJaw now. No, I still like them. They're just not like, they're not my go-to.
Yeah.
I got to be in a mood of nostalgia to go, hey, yeah, let's put on Worship.
And we were talking about that. It gets like this when we drive. We go back to the when we drive. We go back to the older records, the things that we know like the back of our hand. Do you find you put on GlassJaw when you drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Put on nostalgic stuff that you know every part of. You can sing to it. You know every guitar part. You can play drums on your steering wheel. It
I
keeps
had
you
a
awake.
long drive here, and I exhausted a lot of different sort of rap avenues, and then I put on Thursday radio.
You fucking
And just
exhausted
listened
that
and-
crucial conflict.
And just
Bro, I would say
listed.
East 1999.
Oh,
Eternal.
that never. On
Dude,
episode
Mo
1,
Murder?
I told a story about Bone Thugs and Harmony and how it got me out of truancy. Like I was at the truancy office and I had, I couldn't do anything, so I recited these fucking things, and I attribute it to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
So my office overlooks the Columbus Commons, and they have like a summer concert series. And last summer, or no, 2 summers ago, Bone Thugs played one night.
Like 3 members.
Yeah, and
get to
I'm not,
watch
and
it?
it was like some like '90s night. It was like a '90s nostalgia night or something like that, headlined by Bone Thugs, and I was like, I'm not about to pay $35 or whatever this fucking thing costs to get in, and the $10 beers and all that stuff. But I was like, hey, we have a balcony in our office that overlooks the Commons, and a bunch of my friends, we all showed up in my office and got hammered and sat on the balcony and watched echoey Bone Thugs, because we weren't actually down there in the thing, but it was so awesome. I mean, it was just like
Binoculars.
That's right.
A few years ago, I was at a convention in Kansas City, and Bone Thugs were like staying there. And you hear Bone Thugs, and you just think a certain thing, and then you see the Bone Thugs van, and you're like, huh.
You're like, that's not what I thought.
It is later than Crossroads,
Yeah.
It's 2000. Like, no, it was a Bone Thugs van.
So for a while there,
I wasn't driving in my own van, so there's still, it was here, and I was here, but it wasn't,
For a while
here.
there, Bone Thugs went off and did their own solo records, and I remember I was getting on the freeway. I was getting on 70 from Hilliard Rome Road, and I think you don't know that, but you guys know where that's at. You're getting on.
No,
You're
I'll just pretend.
circling around. I'm looking over
Hilarious.
to the side, and I see a hotel, and there's a big tour bus sitting there. It says El Berna on the side, and I'm like, that's Lazy's fucking like solo project. So Lazy was staying at the hotel. I was about to go.
okay. So here's a good one.
Yeah.
So Sierra and I are at Easton, and Busy Bone lives, or at some point lived in those condos on Easton Way.
Yeah.
And we were at the Funny Bone one Friday night. We were going to see Ralphie May, the rest in peace Ralphie May. We were going to see him perform, and we're standing outside just waiting for the show to open, and this dude's drinking out of the drinking fountain, and he's got like silk button-down shirt and silk shorts with like embroidered dragon shit all over them. But the top was gold dragons and the bottom was silver. So it was just the most ridiculous.
It's a dragon
and the shorts
ombre,
were like
I
down to his shins, but it was like this really not matching outfit, and it just looked ridiculous. And I was like, Sierra, look at this fucking guy's outfit. And she's like, Colin, that's Busy Bone. And I was like, shut the fuck up. There's a kid right there. And I'm saying,
There is a
fuck.
kid right there.
Jesus.
We're not used to having kids right
No,
there.
not this lady.
It
either.
is
It's very late.
just past midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, do we end this?
No, we're good.
Oh, anyway, she was like, that's fucking Busy Bone. And I'm like, no, it is Busy Bone.
Did you
That's
get
the end
a
of my
Did you get
story.
an autograph?
No, that's the end of my story.
So
You should have gone and rapped some of his lyrics to him just the way he does.
yeah.
Or
Heaven's
did what,
movie.
or did what you did. Just say nothing to him.
that
You know what I
was the better
So Busy Bone
choice.
came to my high school and performed Bone songs, but only his parts.
But only his parts.
Only his parts.
So it was just like beats for verse,
It was
verse,
beats,
verse, and then his
and then
verse.
it would like, and
Hey,
then the
yo.
DJ would like fade it off into a different Bone
This is
song
my
that
verse
you
from First of the
knew,
Month.
but it was only his verse.
So
My
it was
part
like a
about murder.
really, it was like a really condensed version
It was weird.
of all of his songs.
It was weird.
I'm gonna do only my part of the chanting on Mr. Ouija.
Exactly. Ouija, are you with me?
Coming in.
That's what he said, right?
That's
I
a,
forgot,
Come-
bro.
come
I remember
again?
that you had to take that CD cover and flip it and read it in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has all demon spells in it.
I gotta
and
say,
shit.
even when I didn't live in Ohio, when I lived in Michigan, I still came to Ohio all the time because my dad lived here, so I knew of Interstate 71. And every time I listen to Bone Thugs and they talk about escaping down 71, I just like was like, yeah, that's
The
my
getaway?
highway.
Yeah, so we're actually at an hour and 15, so we are going to wrap this up, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get
I'm
it.
going to quickly pivot to, we got a few questions in our inbox. You probably didn't see them.
I didn't.
I think I checked that shit. You don't.
I told you, man, last week I'm along for this
You are
ride,
the
man.
logistics dude. Remember?
I am.
This
So-
is Jeff's podcast, and I'm his guest every week.
So
Hey, we're from
one,
the art
one that
world,
came
dude.
in.
the Jeff
We're just
sticks.
from the art world, man. We get it.
Jeff
So-
and Cool Dad.
Jack
sorry,
and-
sorry.
So one that came in, and I'll for me and you, it's going to be music related. For them, it'll be tattoo related. And it was from Kevin, and he basically said like, "What's the worst musical purchase you ever made?" And honestly,
Oh man.
I can't really think of a worst. I mean, I definitely bought a tube screamer that was a piece of fucking shit, and it had all kinds of shorts with it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fix this, and never did. I don't really have a good like worst podcast, or I mean, worst thing I'd like to talk about on the podcast. But you guys buy a lot of what, machines and shit
I'll
like
talk
that.
to you about some bad musical stuff.
You got what?
I
What
had
do you,
played.
what do you know about musical shit?
I have played the guitar, played in bands.
Okay.
Not great bands, but bands. When I was early into tattooing, we had all of our band stuff in the basement of the tattoo shop,
Yeah.
and it flooded. And all of the musical equipment that me and several of my friends owned was destroyed at once. So it
But
all
that wasn't
felt
the
like
worst purchase
So it
you made.
all felt like it was the worst purchase.
I see where you're
because
going
then
with it.
none of it. It didn't matter what there was. It was like several guitars and amps and drum kits and a lot of records that were owned by the guy that owned the shop, which I cared about zero. But a lot of that stuff was destroyed. And then I never replaced any of it because I was an adult by then that wasn't just like playing music. I was
Yeah.
doing like adult stuff. So then it just felt like, how foolish was this that I invested any money in any of this that was destroyed, and I don't know what sort of water comes up out of a insane flood. I should have bought the
Storm
cheapest
drain
things.
water?
I should have bought the cheapest things that I possibly could have. It was like the only nice things I had ever purchased as a young adult man in my entire life. And then those were gone.
So Dave, what about you? Was it tattoo or art related? Like, what's just a fucking terrible purchase that you made that you regretted?
My
Man,
usually, real quick.
I really
before-
thought you were gonna say your car, but go on.
I'm going to give you one more second. My usual motto, anytime I'm trying to justify spending money on something, is I've spent more on less. And it's almost always correct. It's almost always, I can almost always say,
Yeah.
I've spent more on less than what
I
I
bought
just
a lot
got.
of lattes in my life. Dave,
I bought a
Don't
bunch
ever
of-
say that again.
I'm gonna continue to say it. I drink a lot of coffee.
I've bought a lot of
Coffee
garbage
is
ass-
different than lattes. Sorry.
No, you're good. A lot of garbage ass tattoo machines.
Yeah.
I've bought a handful that are like flavor of the fucking month. Yo, check out this XYZ tattoo machine, and you buy it, and it's like, this is completely not like what I'm fucking used to using or into using, because all the other assholes are using them.
Yeah.
I've bought a lot of really shit art supplies. I bought really crap quality paints, just because like I was trying to get my hands on stuff as soon as I possibly could, way too quick. But
I gotta pee. I literally can't hold it
Just
anymore.
finish this.
I
it, man.
can't. I've been trying for 20 minutes.
I don't know, dude.
pinch it.
Bunch of art stuff.
I recently,
crimp your hose. Crimp the hose.
I recently
We
bid
just,
on a.
you hear Griffin? He just said, "Piss your pants."
Just do it, dude.
You're in a public place.
I recently
if you wanna
there was a Gold's Gym auction thing happening, and I bid on and won a Green Bay Packers 2010 Super Bowl replica ring.
That's sick. Was it cheese?
Yeah, it's made of 100% cheese. It's melted Gouda.
Why aren't you wearing the ring?
You know what? I'm not. I can tell you it is on a small shelf in my tattooing station right
Is
now.
it in like
But
a thing?
All of the closest human beings to me that see me daily have all had a hard time understanding
Probably a mummy's.
Is it
my
in like
purchase
a case?
of it. It's in like a little wooden box, and you
Wooden
flip
box?
it open.
Is it open
It's-
though?
Yeah, currently.
Does it
And
have cheese on it?
it was just, again, it's made of cheese. It is inside of melted cheese.
Is it a golden
No, it's a
cheese?
It looks like a Super Bowl ring, dog. It's
But is there a
2010
little
Super Bowl
cheese
ring.
emoji on it or an icon?
No. You know what? I want to say no, but I could. I haven't,
There might be
no.
a
There's
Packers
not,
head cheese
there's
on
not
it.
cheese on it.
Little cheese wedge.
No. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers.
Lambeau
This is
Field.
the year, dude.
Yeah, dude.
This is the year.
I mean, it didn't sound like that when you were pissed at the draft.
I don't know. I
You were
read.
really mad. You were.
I
mad
read.
at the
You know
draft
what?
for 2 days.
I thought about it over the weekend.
Yeah, you were hella tight
and
about the
then
draft.
I read more things, and I thought to myself,
You were
I
so
thought,
mad at the draft.
I don't do
draft.
that professionally. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
I don't select football players
You know
for
what
a
you could do?
professional team, so I probably don't know.
Write the team owner a strongly worded letter and why the mascot's a fucking block
You know,
of cheese.
it's funny that you should
Strongly
say
worded.
that because the Green Bay Packers are owned by the people, friend. There's not a single owner. They are.
Well, talk to the fucking
owned by the
people.
people.
Talk to your brethren. and
Wait,
say,
what
"Yo,
do you mean by that?
I'm doing it right now. There's
they're
not.
owned by the people of Wisconsin.
There's
They don't
like.
have an owner.
Wisconsin
have an
residents have
owner,
like a
there's
tax
like-
to pay for the. They
They're a government-funded team.
yeah.
They just-
they
everyone-
co-own the Packers.
Everyone,
Crazy.
people just own. You
You'd
know.
think the people would choose a better mascot than a fucking cheese wedge.
I don't know, dude. Who doesn't like cheese? Besides
Lactose
Griffin.
intolerant people.
Vegan
Vegans.
guy over
You know,
The vegan Bengals fan over here.
their mascot, their logo is not a piece of cheese
Why do
Yeah.
your people wear the cheese heads?
over the Dairy State, dude. Or
That's-
were.
What is a
you know
what
I
is
mean?
a packer?
What's a
I think it's
packer?
something like the Acme Meat Packers.
Oh, come on, man. Go better.
So
than
it's
that.
just like
Packers.
I
Rust
can't
Belt
front, man. The
factory
Houston
shit.
Texans.
The Packers are entering, I
Just
believe.
sounds tight,
You know,
though.
like they're
The Packers, Green Bay Packers. Where's the cheese hat?
the Green Bay Packers and the Bears are entering their 100th season playing each other. So they're old. I mean, they're old.
That's
They're
why they
old.
have a
You can't be
stupid
the.
name.
You know.
You know, it's like Agatha.
Sorry, they're not the Magic. You know, but
I'm not from Orlando.
They're
I'm
the
not
Packers.
offended.
Look at Jeff.
Jeff is power walking. Power
That's
running.
more than power walking.
She is doing a heavy shuffle. Do it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna jump
yeah,
that shit.
I was wondering how he was going to possibly try to jump it.
That should be the end.
That should be the end.
That should be the end. We just talked about the fucking Packers.
Yeah, we got into football.
I'm
There we
done,
go.
man. You guys done? Is there an outro that you guys do?
No.
This podcast is brought to you by the Green Bay Packers.
Holy shit.
This podcast is brought to you by drunk ass Jeff running and tripping over the fucking
I didn't trip over it. I stepped on it.
stand.
Tinder, your loud neighbors.
There's a child
Viewers
right
like
there,
you.
and we keep cussing. And
When you need pickled grapes, come on down to Olive Garden.
You know, it's a long trip over there, it seems like, to the bathroom.
It's long.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom right there, like Colin said.
Pickled grapes.
But you guys talk shit
Downstairs.
about the guy.
There's a bathroom like right there.
Denim's made of cotton.
we need to end this.
Tight.
Denim's made of
Heckin'
cotton.
Cool Dads podcast, episode 4. Thanks for being our first guest.
Chef and cool dads.
Thanks, boys.
Jeff and Cool Dads.
Peace.